It often happens on an ordinary morning. You go to stand up from your chair and something feels different. Your legs are a little slower, a little heavier. You walk across the room and notice you're leaning slightly, not on purpose, but just to feel stable. It's not pain exactly, it's something quieter, like your strength has been quietly slipping away. If this feels familiar, you're not alone. Many seniors begin to notice these subtle shifts around age 60 or 70. Tasks that once felt simple start to take more effort. And for many, it brings up a quiet worry. What if I'm starting to lose my independence? You're not imagining it. Our muscles do change with age. But here's what most people don't realize. Muscle loss isn't just about aging, it's about nutrition. And one simple, often overlooked food can help bring that strength back. Not through pills, not through expensive programs, but through nourishment your body can actually use. I've worked with older adults for years, and again I've seen how small, thoughtful changes can lead to big improvements. This food has helped people feel steadier, walk longer, and even get back to the things they love. And it could do the same for you. So stay with me, because in just a moment, I'll show you how this one food works, how to prepare it easily, and why it could be the gentle turning point your legs and your energy have been waiting for. If this topic speaks to you, please like this video and subscribe to the Longevity Secret channel. We share real science-backed advice to help you stay strong, independent, and active in every season of life. Now let's take that first step together. Your strength may have been quiet for a while, but it hasn't left you. It's just waiting for the right support. When strength fades, quietly. For many seniors, the loss of strength doesn't come with a warning. It shows up in small, everyday moments. You bend down to pick something up and realize it takes more effort than it used to. Or maybe you hesitate before stepping off a curb because your balance doesn't feel quite right. These little hesitations add up, and over time they can chip away at your confidence, your comfort, and your independence. This quiet decline has a name. It's called muscle loss or sarcopenia. And while it's common after age 60, it's not something you have to just accept. One of my patients, Eleanor, is a perfect example. She's 72 and used to love tending her flower beds in the backyard. But she started noticing that her knees felt unsteady when she knelt down. Her legs felt weak when she carried her watering can. And soon, something she once looked forward to felt exhausting. It's easy to feel discouraged in those moments, but what Eleanor didn't know was that her body was simply undernourished, not starving, just missing the right kind of fuel. According to the National Institute on Aging, up to 1/3 of adults over 60 experience some form of muscle loss that can lead to falls fatigue or reduced mobility. But this isn't a life sentence, it's a signal. And with the right response, strength can return. The hidden power of lentils. This brings us to one of the most surprisingly powerful foods you can eat after 60. Lentils. Yes, those tiny round legumes that often sit untouched on pantry shelves. They're simple, affordable, and deeply nourishing. And for aging muscles, they can make a world of difference. Lentils are packed with plant-based protein. That protein is essential for keeping your muscles strong, stable, and supported. But that's just the beginning. Lentils also contain iron to keep your energy up, magnesium to help your muscles relax and repair, and folate to support healthy cell function. When Eleanor started adding lentils to her meals, she noticed something within a couple of weeks. She didn't get as tired standing in the kitchen. She felt more stable walking from her garden to the porch. And by the end of the month, she was back to pulling weeds with steady hands and stronger legs. That's the kind of quiet transformation lentils can offer, not overnight, but gently, consistently, and naturally. Research from the Mayo Clinic suggests that older adults who increase their protein intake by even a small amount each day may reduce their risk of mobility loss by up to 40%. And lentils are one of the easiest, gentlest ways to do just that. They're soft enough for sensitive digestion, they don't spike blood sugar like some processed foods, and they can be added to soups, salads, or rice bowls with very little effort. This isn't just about what's on your plate. It's about giving your body what it needs to rebuild the strength you still have inside. Why most seniors don't get enough protein and why that matters. As we get older, our appetite often changes. Some days a full meal feels too heavy. Other times it's just easier to grab a slice of toast or skip dinner altogether. And while that might seem harmless over time, it can lead to a quiet but serious problem. Not getting enough protein. Protein is the foundation your body uses to build and repair muscle. But after age 60, your body needs more of it than it used to, and absorbs less of it at the same time. It's like trying to fill a tank with a smaller hose. If you're not eating enough of the right proteins throughout the day, your muscles won't get what they need to stay strong. Many older adults don't realize they're falling short. They eat what feels normal, but that normal often includes less protein than the body truly needs to maintain strength and mobility. That's why lentils are such a valuable ally. They provide high-quality plant protein in a soft, easy-to-digest form. They're not heavy, they don't require a lot of chewing, and they're incredibly gentle on the digestive system, especially when soaked or cooked properly. One of my clients, Harold, age 75, had been feeling weaker for months. He wasn't in pain, but he was slowing down. He told me his legs felt like they weren't keeping up with him anymore. When we looked at his meals, we noticed that he was getting only about half the protein his body needed each day. We started by adding lentils 3 times a week. Not fancy recipes, just simple bowls with herbs and olive oil, or added into soups and stews. In 6 weeks, Harold reported that standing up from his favorite recliner no longer felt like a struggle. He felt more sure-footed, more awake, and more capable of doing the small things he used to avoid. According to a study from the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, older adults who consume protein evenly throughout the day, especially during lunch and dinner, maintain significantly more muscle mass and function than those who eat it mostly at breakfast or not at all. That means it's not just about eating more protein. It's about when and how you give it to your body. And lentils make it easy. They can be enjoyed warm or cold, mashed or whole. They absorb the flavors around them and blend into almost any meal. This isn't about changing your entire diet overnight. It's about choosing one small supportive habit that nourishes your strength from the inside out. And in just a moment, we'll look at how to bring lentils into your daily life with ease, no fancy cooking required. Gentle ways to add lentils to your daily life. When people hear the word lentils, they sometimes imagine a complicated recipe or a dish that takes hours to prepare. But the truth is, lentils are one of the easiest foods to work with. And for older adults, that's a big advantage. They're soft, they cook quickly, and they pair well with simple, familiar ingredients you probably already enjoy. One of the best things about lentils is how versatile they are. You can stir them into soups for a hearty, comforting lunch. You can mix them with rice and a bit of garlic and olive oil for a light but filling dinner. You can even enjoy them cold in a salad with cucumbers, cherry tomatoes, and lemon juice. The options are simple, affordable, and nourishing. For those with sensitive digestion, there's a helpful trick. Soak your lentils overnight in water with a pinch of baking soda. This reduces compounds that can cause gas or bloating and makes the nutrients easier to absorb. It's a small step, but it can make a big difference in how your body responds. I remember Carmen, 69, who had been dealing with fatigue and occasional dizziness. She'd been eating enough calories, but most of it came from white bread crackers and processed foods. After we added lentils 3 times a week to her routine, she started to feel steadier on her feet. She told me, "I feel like I have more fuel in the tank." Her energy improved, her balance came back, and she started walking in the park again after breakfast, something she hadn't done in months. The key isn't perfection, it's consistency. Half a cup of cooked lentils 2 or 3 times a week can be a game changer, especially when combined with other small steps like staying hydrated, getting restful sleep, and moving gently each day. You don't need to follow a strict diet or buy expensive supplements. You just need to give your body the right tools in a form it can actually use. And now that you know how easy it can be to enjoy lentils, let's talk about something even more inspiring. What happens when the strength starts coming back? Because those first small changes in your energy, your balance, and your confidence, that's where hope begins to grow. The first signs of strength returning. It often starts with a small moment. You stand up from your chair and realize you didn't need to push off with your hands. You walk to the kitchen and notice your legs feel lighter. Or maybe you bend down to tie your shoes and it doesn't feel like a struggle. These quiet victories might seem small, but they're signs that your strength is coming back. That's exactly what happened to Walter, 77, a retired bus driver from Michigan. He'd spent years feeling like his legs were slowly giving out on him. He wasn't in pain, but every flight of stairs felt like a mountain. He told me once, "I used to park closer and closer to the door, not because I was lazy, but because I wasn't sure I could make it." We started with just one simple change. Lentils 3 times a week, nothing fancy. Just hearty bowls of soup and a few easy dinners with lentils mixed in. Within 4 weeks, Walter called me with a quiet excitement in his voice. He'd walked all the way to the post office and back without stopping to catch his breath. For the first time in over a year, he felt steady, capable, hopeful. That's the beauty of this kind of healing. It doesn't come with fireworks. It arrives gently, like strength, slowly returning after a long rest. And it's possible for anyone, whether you're 60, 70, or even 85. According to a review by the National Institute on Aging, even modest increases in plant-based protein intake have been linked to significant improvements in muscle strength and physical performance in older adults. It doesn't take a complete lifestyle change, just a few consistent, nourishing steps. When you give your body what it's been missing, real fuel, gentle protein, and steady support, it responds. Not with noise, but with quiet progress. So if you've been feeling like your energy is slipping or your legs aren't what they used to be, don't give up. Because the strength you thought was gone might just be waiting. And sometimes all it needs is one simple food to help it return. Conclusion: if there's one message I hope you carry with you today, it's this. Your strength hasn't left you. It may have grown quieter with time, but it's still there waiting to be nourished and rebuilt. Aging doesn't mean giving up the things you love. It means learning new ways to support your body with care, patience, and consistency. And sometimes that begins with something as small and powerful as a bowl of lentils. You don't need to overhaul your life. You don't need a strict diet or intense workouts. What you need is the belief that your body is still capable of healing and growing stronger. Because it is. I've seen it again and again. With Walter, with Carmen, with so many others who thought their strength was fading for good. And yet with one small change, everything began to shift. That's the deeper truth here. Strength isn't always about force. Sometimes it's about quiet resilience, about giving your body what it's been asking for, and trusting that with time, your legs, your balance, your energy, they will respond. So please remember, it's never too late. Not at 60, not at 70, not even at 85. One small food, one hopeful step, that's where change begins. If this message meant something to you, please like this video. It helps us know we're making a difference. Subscribe to the Longevity Secret channel for more gentle, practical health advice. And leave a comment below. Tell us how you're feeling today or share your own story of strength returning. We'd love to hear from you. Until next time, take care of yourself. You're stronger than you think, and we're right here with you every step of the way.